Hi everybody, it's Dr. Mike. Welcome to Nature's Vitamins and Herbs. On this channel we talk about all sorts of different health issues, and we're going to continue our story tonight on junk food. Now, I suspect if you're watching this video, you're probably not a big junk food buyer, but you probably know a bunch of people that are. And I've got even a couple of them in my house. I have a 28-year-old and a 19-year-old son, and getting them to get off the junk food is a journey in itself. But I keep trying. So tonight, the junk food we're going to talk about is cereal. So as I'm investigating this thing, the first thing that hit me was, what is cereal to begin with? Well, cereal is basically where they take a grain like wheat and they grind it up and they mix it with a bunch of sugar, and then they bake it or heat it or something like that, and it comes out as cereal, and then I guess they put it in some kind of machines and get different shapes to it. So basically, cereal is wheat with sugar in it. So how did it come about? Well, if you've ever watched a Western movie, you've never seen them sitting down and eat cereal for breakfast. Somewhere like in the late 1800s, and I'm not going to go into the whole history of it, but somebody invented, and they called it granola, and then a man named Kellogg, I think his name was John Kellogg, and his brother, they refined it and started making Kellogg cereal, and then another guy named Post came in, and anyway, it just all blossomed from there. And if you're interested in the history, you can go read about that. So I was at the grocery store the other day and walked down the cereal aisle, which is another massive aisle, just like the potato chip aisle. And I mean, you talk about cereal boxes, and oh my God. The thing that hit me first is now they want like $5 to $7 for a box of cereal. And all the cereals, if you look at them, unless they're some kind of generic brand, which are all made by the same people probably to begin with, but it's what's on the boxes. I can remember as a kid that I wanted my mother to buy this particular cereal because on the back of it, it had baseball cards. And I can imagine, I was there just like kids are today. They go by that cereal aisle and they see all that stuff on there and they start wanting this and this one and that one, and then the parents get them for them. So of course that's just marketing, and that's just advertising, and those cereal companies know it. They spend millions and millions and millions of dollars to make those boxes look attractive to kids and probably to adults too, so that you'll pick one out and get it. So is cereal good for you or not? Well, there's health claims. It says no cholesterol. Well, so what? Cholesterol, if you know anything about the metabolism of cholesterol from food, the body doesn't really get much cholesterol from food because the liver is going to make 70-80% of what it needs. So that doesn't really mean anything, not only with cereal, but with food. Doesn't have any fat in it, and then it says it's nutritious and it's got all these vitamins and minerals in it. Well, first of all, the amount of vitamins and minerals in there are so minute and small, they're not going to do anything. Secondly, from what I understand, if it's not whole wheat, they add them in there, and they're synthetic type things. So that means nothing at all as far as nutrition. And so what do you get out of cereal? You get sugar. It's almost all sugar and carbohydrates. Now, this, I don't know, I don't want to call it a scammy thing, but it's like they think we're stupid, and I guess we are to a certain degree, but these companies hide things so that we don't realize what's really going on. But if you look at what's on the cereal, it'll say serving size, and it says maybe a serving size has 18 grams of sugar, which is a ton to begin with. But in reality, nobody eats a serving size. It's just a small little low amount. They're eating about 4 serving size, so they're getting 90 grams of sugar. Now, if you don't know what 90 grams of sugar is, it's like 16 teaspoonfuls. I took my son out the other day, not out, upstairs in the kitchen, and was showing him, and we were talking about sodas and how much sugar was in it, and I took out a thing of sugar, and I said, here, don't drink that soda. Just drink these just swallow these 8 teaspoonfuls of pure sugar. It's the same thing. Well, didn't faze him one bit. But that is a massive amount of sugar, especially if you're giving it to your kid in the morning before they go to school. What happens? About an hour and a half, first of all, your blood sugar goes way up. You secrete a bunch of insulin. Hour and a half, it goes down. 2 hours, and you're hungry, and your brain's confused, etc. It's just it's unbelievable to me what we are allowing these giant corporations to do to us. Obviously they don't really care about our nutritional well-being, and they're making a fortune off of us. And so my message is what can we do about it? We've got to quit supporting them. We've got to quit buying those products that these giant corporations are making a fortune off of. I think I had the amount, the amount of cereal that sold in 2023 amounted to $21.98 billion, not million, billion dollars. Unbelievable. And probably most of you're probably not even cereal eaters to begin with. And but we've got to get this message out, and I don't know how to do it. I mean, I can talk to my kids all day long, but I don't really even have an answer. I just know that there's a ground sort of movement of people that are saying we're tired of all these gigantic companies making a fortune and thinking that we're stupid and we don't know what's going on. So anyway, as far as the cereal goes, basically what you're getting is sugar. And here's another little one, Captain Crunch. It's supposed to have like this fruit stuff in there. Well, it's not real fruit. It's just sugar again. They've taken the sugar. Fruit Loops, which is another big one, I found out was banned in, I got the countries. Fruit Loops is banned in the United Kingdom. It's banned in Norway. It's banned in Finland. It's banned in France. It's banned in Austria because of the dyes they put in there. That what is number red 40 and the yellow 5 or something like that. They're actually banned. Those people are way ahead of us. So, what's the problem? Well, sugar damages almost every single tissue in your body. The leading causes of death, heart disease and stroke, can all be related back to too much sugar, as well as other things. But sugar damages everything. You think about what a diabetic is going to, chronic diabetes, what can lead to, certainly starting with the head down, strokes, blindness, heart attacks, atherosclerosis. It affects the liver, kidney damage. It affects every cell, and I'm not going to go into the whole mechanisms of it. But it just makes common sense. Too much sugar is not good for you. So, what can you do? If you are in any situation where you could give somebody something else or eat something else instead of cereal for breakfast, just eat an egg and bacon. It does not, and I thought about it the other day, I thought it does not take much. I eat eggs every morning. It doesn't take me but just a couple of minutes to crack that thing open, whip it up and cook it. And how long does it take to get the milk out of the refrigerator and pour it into the cereal? The milk is probably the only thing that's good when it comes to cereal. Okay, so enough of ranting about all this stuff, but I appreciate you watching the video, and I hope that if there's any takeaway from this, we have to quit supporting companies that are selling things that are not good for us. We just got to quit buying it, because that's the only language they will understand, and hopefully if things are not being bought, we don't buy it, they'll come up with something else to might be a little bit more healthier for us. And I think about this has nothing to do with the food, but I think about Planet Fitness. Now, Planet Fitness is a health spa kind of place, and they only charge people like 10 to 12 bucks a month to come in and use their facilities, and I belong to it myself. I mean, and they've got tons of equipment. It's all clean. It's a nice place, and they could be making more if they wanted to, but they're not raping the American public. So, okay, good for them. All right, well, thanks. And I'm not sure the next junk food I'm pretty sure I'm going to look at are sodas, and you're talking about the ultimate in junk. Thanks for watching, and if you like the content, come back and watch more. I think, yeah, this is on my YouTube channel too, so if you're inclined to, please subscribe to that channel, hit a like, and if you've got any questions about anything, my business partner, the other pharmacist, Bill Cheek, and I will be glad to try to answer those for you. You just send us an email and I'll put the email at the end of this video. And for all of our customers that we've had for years and new ones, you can still order your supplements through our website, because they are pharmaceutical grade supplements that you just can't get anywhere, but we have arranged it now that you can get anywhere from a 15 to 20% discount, because we have no overhead anymore. Since we closed our physical store, we don't have an overhead, and we can pass that savings on to you. So, okay, thanks again, and remember, peace.